to What's Up in the Sky for August of 2023. With the night getting a bit longer and earlier, it's time for the Perseids. Join me, lead Night Sky Ranger Kim, and the Last Green Valley, the Deep, No Child Left Inside program, and Friends of Pachaug in watching the Perseid Meteor shower during the weekend of the 11th to the 13th at Pachaug State Forest. And now, on with the show. Mercury sets in the west within 45 minutes after sunset and is only 6 degrees above the horizon at sunset, making it virtually impossible to view without an excellent western view. Venus is too close to the Sun to observe it currently. We are going back to Tycho this month on the Moon, yet again, but we will observe it on the 24th, so the huge debris rays will not be visible. Tycho is located in the south and slightly west on the Moon's center. It is relatively small and has a deep bowl shape with high walls from a direct impact and is very young. Look to its south for a much larger crater, Clavius. Its walls are beginning to crumble. Over the next several nights the lighting will shift and the rays will become more prominent from Tycho, and other smaller craters in the area will become illuminated. You might also want to view the area around the 7th and 8th for shadows to be in the opposite direction. Mars is dimmed to a magnitude 1.8 and its tiny disk is too small to view any detail with amateur telescopes. Besides that, it sinks below the western horizon before dark really sets in. Our asteroid of the month is magnitude 9.0, number 15, Eunomia, which is currently near Messier object number 22 in Sagittarius. It is some 220 miles long and 120 miles wide and roughly potato-shaped. It is among the top 10 brightest asteroids. Its motion is relatively slow, so you'll need to sketch it and the surrounding stars a night or two apart to see any movement. Jupiter rises just after midnight on the 1st and by 10:30 on the 31st. It will rise in the early morning hours to 40 degrees above the horizon, affording an excellent view given clear skies. At magnitude -2.4, it shines brightly in Aries the Ram. At 3 a.m., for instance, on the 16th, the Great Red Spot will be dead center on the huge planet. On the 3rd, Io's shadow will cross the planet at 4:45 a.m., with the Moon following 22 minutes later. On the 14th, Europa's shadow will cross at 3:23 a.m., and the Moon will follow it a little less than 2 hours later. This is Saturn's month to shine. It reaches opposition, that is, directly opposite of the Sun, putting the Earth between it and the Sun on the 27th. On the 1st, it rises at 9:30, and by the end of the month, it's well above the horizon at sunset. There is an interesting phenomenon that occurs during opposition called the Ziegler effect, which is a decidedly increase in brightness. The 8 to 90 degree tilt will lend itself to spotting not just 2 but 3 rings of Saturn. The outermost ring, Alpha, the Cassini division which separates the rings, ring Beta, and inside that, which is more difficult to spot, is ring Charlie, called the creep ring for its ethereal nature. Using a small telescope, look for its larger moons, Rhea at magnitude 9.7, Tethys at 10.3, Dione at 10.5, and if you have good dark skies, Enceladus at 11.3. Enceladus, though, is difficult to spot due to its dimness compared to Saturn and its close proximity to the planet, which is far brighter. Turquoise Uranus rises at midnight and climbs rapidly up the sky. Look due east, just to the east of Jupiter, to find it. On the 18th, it will go into retrograde, appearing to stop in reverse direction due to the alignment of it and Earth's orbit. Its 4 arcsecond disk is too small to resolve any detail with most amateur telescopes. Neptune rises around 10 p.m. on the 1st and 8:30 at the end of the month. Its tiny 2 arcsecond disk makes it a difficult find, but its distinctive blue color makes it stand out against the background stars. It will be near 20 Pisces, a magnitude 5.4 double star. Double stars are stars that appear close together in angle but are actually very far apart. They are not gravitationally bound to each other. As mentioned in the introduction, the Perseids meteor shower occurs this month, peaking on the 13th. You will want to observe in the early morning hours after 1 a.m. Look to the east, where we found Uranus, Jupiter, and the distinctive Orion constellation. Look a bit higher in the sky along Cygnus the Swan, where many meteors will appear. The Perseids are active from July 17th to the 24th, with up to 100 meters per hour on the 13th. It is Perseid Meteor month, and aren't we lucky? One of the best meteor showers, and it's warm enough outside. All we have to worry about are mosquitoes, and they are only active during twilight. Expect somewhere around one event per minute during peak hours on the 13th, starting around 3 a.m. at our latitude. As the showers actually occur from the 17th of July until the 24th of August, there'll be plenty to see during that period. Typically, meteoroids are tiny rice grain-sized particles of dust that were ejected from a comet, in this case, Comet Swift-Tuttle. Although these showers originate from the constellation Perseus, expect to see most shooting stars in the constellation Cygnus the Swan. Our comet of the month is 103P Hartley 2. Confer with the Small Planet Ephemeris Center for actual coordinates. But you will find it early in the month near Andromeda, passing by Triangulum and entering Perseus. It will be near NGC 404, 752, and finally M34 at the end of the month. Its 10-kilometer core shines at magnitude 9.7, so you'll need a telescope to view its green glow of diatomic carbon in the comet's coma. Our constellation of the month is diminutive Lacerta the Lizard. It looks like a small kite, and its brightest stars form a W similar to Cassiopeia, and thus are sometimes referred to as Little Cassiopeia. It lies in between Cepheus, Cassiopeia, Pegasus, and Cygnus. Its north edge touches the Milky Way, our galaxy. In 1936, a star went nova, brightening 175,000 times from magnitude 15.3 to 2.2 in just 3 days. The material ejected was calculated at 2,200 miles per second. Our object of the month has a fun name, NGC 7209, the Drunken Lizard Cluster. I suppose that you could say the stars are arranged in a rather scattered-brained arrangement that could lead one to speculate a tipsy lizard. Not that I've ever seen a tipsy lizard, but it's fun just to speculate. The question of the month is, how does Curiosity take a selfie? It does so much like us humans do. It uses the Mars Hand Lens Imager, MOLLE. It extends the arm out, but Curiosity is too large, so it actually has to take several images to get the entire rover in, minus of course the arm itself. The images are then photographically stitched together to create a mosaic. Here is the orrery for the month of August. Here is the list of events. If you can, join us at Pachaug State Forest for the Perseid Meteor Shower Weekend, August 11th to 13th. We will be attempting to complete the National Park Service Junior Night Sky Explorer patch. We'll look at the sun, planets, deep sky objects, meteors, and stay up all night to do so. There will be plenty of other activities sponsored by the DEEP, the Last Green Valley, and Friends of Pachaug. To register, please call Fran at 860-774-3300 or email her at fran@tlgv.org. We have limited space available on the youth field. In any case, go outside and enjoy the best meteor shower of the year.